Hey everyone, we have a special guest, Doran.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Drew is a very successful agent in the luxury market in the peninsula, and he's going to showcase this $9 million estate in Atherton.
We have an amazing house to share with you guys today, and it is an amazing estate in Atherton. It's actually in the Lindenwood neighborhood of Atherton, and we have just a gorgeous home, so we're so excited to bring you inside.
And later on, during the tour, we're going to tell you exactly why this home is worth so much money. Stay tuned. Even from the get-go, I can tell that this property is so different. It has a gate in the front.
Absolutely, and that's actually one of the really neat things about this particular neighborhood of Atherton. In Lindenwood, almost every house has a private gate, and what it does is it allows you to have really mature landscaping and then having the house set back even further, so it creates a lot of depth as you're coming into the lots. And you'll notice too, like this driveway is custom paved all the way back to the 3-car garage.
It's so wide and so private.
Absolutely, and it's really cool too because, you know, this lot is about 8 times the size of your average lot here in the Bay Area. So it allows for you to really have these expansive spaces that feel really great as you're going through.
So there's no street parking actually, but you can park any cars on this big driveway.
Absolutely, and again, that adds to the prestige of the neighborhood, right? So as you're driving through, you don't see any cars on the streets, but the homes afford for plenty of parking in the driveways.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's neat.
And it's so rare to see a 3-car garage.
It is. Well, mostly in the Bay Area, absolutely. Atherton, you see it a little bit more, right?
I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is a very unique feature for the Bay Area. Yeah.
And I love this front yard. It looks so green and lush.
So the gardens that we have here at 76 Catalpa are some of the best that you'll find in all of the Bay Area. We have a team of 5 who come multiple times a week.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they professional. It's not your average mow and blow gardeners who come by. These are fine gardeners who are skilled and very precise on how they do it. I was admiring the hydrangeas just before we started filming and laughing because my wife and I can hardly keep our hydrangeas alive, but these over here, they're just flourishing so well. So yeah, it's the gardens that we have here are just extraordinary.
Yeah, you can totally tell that it's well manicured by professionals.
Absolutely. All right, guys, welcome. So one of the first things you'll notice as you come into the home is that we have a lot of the old world charm that you don't often see in today's new construction. So one of the first things is this really heavy 2-inch solid core door, just made with like solid integrity. And again, most of the contractors nowadays, they're trying to find different ways to save on cost, save on material, and this is one of the first places you'll notice that people start to cut corners a little bit is in some of the lumber and the hardware. So we've got a 2-inch solid core door.
This floor is so beautiful.
It's gorgeous. So it's the original oak parquet flooring. Again, probably stylistically, most contractors wouldn't put this in today, but it really just adds to the charm, the old world Atherton charm. And then following the floors, I think one of the next things that you'll notice is the formal living spaces throughout the house. So we have the formal dining room, we have a formal living room, and the formal family room on the far side of the home.
This living room is so large and beautiful.
It sure is. So this living room is larger than I think probably any that I've seen, at least in the past year. And one of the cool features about it is you see all the really elegant trim, the trim work around the house is just
impressive woodwork.
gorgeous. It really is, yeah. So you don't see that very often. And then also you have the built-in bookshelves. You've got the gas fireplace, and again, just this very expansive space. So, you know, back when this house was originally built in the 1940s, you really didn't have a living room that was as large as this. So I think it's one of the features that really, quite honestly, I think the family who's selling it, they love this room more than just about any because this is where they did all their holiday celebrations, and this is the room that the family actually came together in, and I think it holds a lot of that energy here with it today.
I especially love the high ceilings and all the skylights.
The natural light is just incredible in here.
It is.
We'll look at the tree room here in a little while, but I think the tree room really adds to that element of openness and space and light that you're talking about. So off of the formal living room is the tree room that we had just talked about.
Why is it called a tree room?
Oh, well, this room's the tree room because actually when the house was originally constructed, this was the outside, this was the exterior of the home.
And no wonder the I see the exterior siding.
The siding, exactly. It's a little giveaway that not everybody catches, so that's a really fine eye that you have for that. But there was a mature oak tree that was actually like right where you and I are standing. And so at the time, the family wanted a little bit of a sunroom. So what they did is they built this room sort of around the oak tree.
Interesting, because oak tree, you're not allowed to remove an oak tree.
You can't, well, yes. Now, if we go back into the 70s, perhaps the times were a little bit different and the tree codes were different as well, but you're absolutely correct. In today's day and age, the oak trees are more or less protected here in the Bay Area.
Right.
But one of the unique things is, if you notice all of the skylights, that's actually where the branches used to come through. Right? And so over time, the oak tree didn't do well. They had to remove it and they completely finished the room off at that time. But it's a really cool space and it's a great sunroom.
That's a great story.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A little bit of the history of the house, but it's really fun.
This kitchen is expensive.
It is incredibly expansive. And you know, honestly, Elisa, this is like the size of 2 or 3 kitchens.
Totally, yeah.
In your average Bay Area home, you know.
I especially love the skylight and the exposed beams.
The skylight's great. I mean, we really don't even need any lights on in the house right now. What I also love about the kitchen is actually the custom cabinets. And you'll see the whole kitchen is dressed with this.
The kitchen has been recently updated, right?
It was done just a few years ago. Not like overnight, but it was done maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
It looks great.
Yeah, thank you.
And this custom hood and this large range is awesome.
Right. Oh no, and what's really neat too, you were talking a lot about the aesthetics of the kitchen, and it is beautiful, but it's equally functional. And I think that's one of the neat things is we've got the industrial size stainless steel Wolf range, but we also have the double sinks in the kitchen as well.
That's super convenient.
It really is.
In my house, I often wish there were a secondary sink.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, my wife and I actually have one in our kitchen island too, and that's just a great feature.
Where is the fridge in here?
You know, funny you ask. The fridge, we've got a 36-inch refrigerator.
Oh my gosh, it's so hidden there.
I know, right? And we've got a 36-inch freezer as well. So 72 inches of refrigerator and freezer space, if you can believe that.
This is really, really big. You never have to worry about fridge space. That's awesome.
So off of the kitchen is the formal dining room. And as we mentioned before, in the 1940s, formal living space was really, really in. And you know, I'm curious, Elisa, as a professional developer, are formal spaces still in, or are people more interested in open living spaces?
We definitely see a lot of buyers are into more open concept and they want to have a big, grand room so they can entertain and they can cook at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you were developing this property, would you keep this as a formal dining room or would you open some of the space?
Probably, so this wall is between the dining room and the kitchen, and I think this wall can definitely come down.
Okay.
And then that wall is the living room and the tree room that we were talking about.
Correct.
And I think that wall can be removed as well. So this can be one big open space and it would be an entertainer's dream.
An entertainer's dream, absolutely. And funny enough, I do believe that if you were to open up this space and like the whole space in general, we would probably be looking at an increase in value of right around $1 million at least.
Wow.
Yeah, just from moving 2 walls.
So it would fit the current buyers' taste a lot better.
Absolutely, and that's what's going on right now is there's a lot of buyers who are moving into the area who have this more elaborate taste in a home. And it's, again, right now, everybody wants the open living space. And I really do believe that by opening a couple walls here, we would be unlocking a ton of value within the market.
So on the other side of the kitchen, we have this family room, I assume.
Yes.
And I noticed that we had to come a few steps down to this space and the ceilings are a little low here.
That's right. That's a good eye. That's a very well-trained eye, you guys. And I'm glad you brought that up. So this is our formal family room and we do have a couple steps down. You'll notice the ceilings are slightly dropped. And that's because this room actually used to be the garage. So we're standing in the original garage for the house. And again, it's funny looking back in history at the time that the house was built because times were so different. Most families only had 1 car at the time, whereas now I know most families have 2, 3, maybe even 4 cars.
Right.
So it's really neat to see kind of the progression in the history and tie it back into what it is today.
So they basically converted this into living space and then built another 3-car garage.
That's correct.
It's cool to have this separate living space because if, as we talked about, if someone opened up the living, dining, and kitchen space, then this would be a nice separate area.
Absolutely. This would then convert to more of your formal space if you were to open everything else up. So off of the family room, you guys will notice that there's a staircase up to a second-story bedroom. Now, this room wasn't originally a part of the original construction of the house. Okay. This room was actually an addition. So it's a great space, it's an excellent bedroom, but it wasn't a part of the original construction for the home.
It's really cute and it would be perfect for a kid's bedroom.
Absolutely, and two, you guys had noted before that there's a lot of natural light throughout the home, and this room embodies that as well. There's just tons of natural light.
I love this little den here.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, so sweet. And then this view to the backyard garden is amazing.
It's just stunning. I mean, it would be a dream to wake up to that view every day, wouldn't it?
For sure.
Yeah. So we're now in one of the original bedrooms for the house. And one of the unique things about this home, Elisa, is that every bedroom has its own ensuite as well.
That's so cool.
It's really neat.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms are there?
So we have 5 beds and actually 7 bathrooms in this house.
Wow.
5 full baths and 2 half baths. So again, every bedroom has its own bath as well, and then there's 2 half baths for the guests.
So compared to a regular Bay Area home, this is a lot of bedrooms and bathrooms.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. The original Bay Area homes were built typically with 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, or 2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Right.
So this is almost double that right off the gate.
So that really tells you this is a premium area and a really luxury home because the more bedrooms and bathrooms you have, the higher level it gets to.
Absolutely, right. And it's not a linear level as well. As you go from your average 2-bed or 3-bed all the way up to 5 bedrooms, it grows exponentially at that point. The values do.
Yeah, and the more bathrooms you have, it means there are more ensuite bedrooms and then the value of the home also increases.
That's right, absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And this bedroom is very spacious.
Oh, this bedroom's huge, and it's definitely not one that you saw on average back in the 40s, right? That as big as it is today. And you'll notice that as we tour the rest of the house, that all of the bedrooms are very large.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
And what's behind this door?
So behind this door here, we actually have a walk-in closet.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so rare in the Bay Area.
It's so rare, especially for a guest room to have a walk-in closet. You really don't see that often at all.
And that's the ensuite?
And here's the ensuite for this room too. And this bathroom has been updated.
So it was updated at the same time with the kitchen?
It was updated at the same time the kitchen was. All right, guys, now we're so excited to welcome you into the primary suite for the house.
It's pretty big space.
Oh, this space is really big.
And is that a little garden over there?
Oh, that is, yes. So one of the most unique features about this primary suite is that it does have its own private garden right off the bedroom.
That's so cute.
It's very cute, and it's super peaceful as well. The owners spent a lot of time there, drinking coffee and tea in the mornings as the sun was rising, and it's a great space.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Yes, absolutely.
Is that the master bathroom?
This is, and I'm excited to actually get your opinion on this, Elisa, because this bathroom was actually remodeled around the same time that the other guest bathroom was remodeled, and at the same time the kitchen was done too.
Got it.
But I'm curious, because I know that this was done a number of years ago. Is this how you guys would remodel it in today's day and age, or are there some things that you might do a little different?
I really like that there's so much space in here.
Tons
It's
of space.
very rare in the Bay Area to have double vanity and a separate tub and a huge shower too. I think the space is so amazing. We just need to put some new finishes to make it more modern. So probably some new, maybe a freestanding tub here.
Okay.
And new shower tiles. I really like that there is a bench.
That's
in
nice,
there.
isn't it?
It adds a lot of convenience.
Now, would you keep the steam feature in the shower? Or you think people are going away from that?
I think buyers would still like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it sounds like a pretty easy renovation for this bathroom, and you're just basically refacing the tile and the countertops perhaps replacing the tub from this more or less built-in to a freestanding.
Right. I think freestanding is more in nowadays.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to do that, which countertops, which style would you go with? Would you do more of a marble or a quartzite?
Probably for this price point, marble is the way to go.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, and marble floor tiles.
Okay.
And sometimes for luxury bathrooms, I even do wall-to-wall tiles.
Oh, very cool.
To make it look more expensive and more luxury.
Right. Now I'm going to put you on the spot here. A bathroom this big and making those renovations. What would your estimated budget be for that?
That's a good question. So my normal bathroom renovations cost about 10 to 15,000.
Okay.
But because this bathroom is so big, it's probably twice the size, and also there's separate shower and tub.
Right.
So it would add to the cost. And if we're using all marble, then
It starts to jump up pretty big.
probably I would say like 3-4 times the cost of a regular bathroom.
Right, that makes sense, and that's what I would expect too.
Is that a walk-in closet?
This is, yes. So
Wow.
it's a huge walk-in closet.
It is.
We could fit
Oh my
almost a whole
gosh.
party in here.
I'm so jealous.
If we had a closet this big, my wife would probably take all the space still, but it is a great space.
Yeah, I love that there's even a seating area.
That's right. Then you have beautiful views out to the garden as well. And I'm so excited to bring all of us outside to see the backyard because the gardens are just exquisite out there.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys, we're really excited to show you the backyard. So off of the tree room, it leads you out to the very expansive backyard.
This backyard is massive.
It's huge. So we actually have just under an acre of land.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's very impressive.
It is, and that actually leads to the prestige of Atherton. So Atherton, interestingly enough, there were only 96 homes that sold in all of Atherton in the last year, 365 days. So let me ask you, do you know what the most expensive home was that sold in Atherton last year?
20 million?
20. Nope, that's actually just right in the middle. The most expensive home that sold last year in Atherton was $32 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, crazy. And then the least expensive home, do you know what that was?
I don't know.
The least expensive home in Atherton was $3 million, with an average price per square foot of about $2,000 a foot.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
So even the cheapest home was still so expensive price per square foot wise.
Absolutely, it's just wild. And the average sale price for all the homes in Atherton last year was $9.7 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So this is right about average.
We are like right in the meat, right in the big part of the market, absolutely. So we're listed at $9 million now, and yeah, I think that based on where the market is and what we have to offer, this is just an incredible price for the house.
Wow, that's so just out of this world.
It really is. I know. Even, I mean, the wild thing is if you drive a quarter of a mile, the values drop off by almost 50%.
In a different pocket.
A whole different pocket. Yeah, absolutely.
Now can we tour this beautiful garden now?
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
Wow, this is so pretty. It just feels so peaceful that you have a lot of grass and this well manicured garden with lots of plants, and especially flowering plants right now.
Absolutely. In the middle of the summertime, and we still have all these beautiful blossoms coming up. Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Yes.
You can tell that this garden takes a lot of work.
It really does. It takes a team of 5. Again, they come multiple times a week, so it really is a work of art.
And it's so rare in the Bay Area to have this much grass and a big pool over there too.
Absolutely. And beyond the pool too, we have a really nice outdoor barbecue space as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. This garden has it all.
It really does.
Now we've seen a lot of the exquisite features of this 4,300 square feet estate. Let's walk through the entire home because there were still a lot of spaces that we didn't get to showcase yet. I'm also going to take the time to share my thoughts about this mansion. I don't know about you guys, but I don't get invited into $9 million homes that often, and it was eye-opening. The extensive formal living room, dining room, kitchen, and family room are all quite impressive because I can tell you it's my first time seeing a home in the Bay Area with living spaces of this scale, even in new construction homes. As we mentioned multiple times, it's extremely rare for an older home to look and feel so grand around here. Most entry-level and median-level homes in the Bay Area were constructed in the 60s or 70s. So the fact that this home was built in the 40s with such attention to detail tells me that Atherton was developed earlier than most of the Bay Area, and it was a premium neighborhood even back in the day. You probably have noticed that a lot of the rooms were added on later, like the tree room and the family room, which makes sense because the price per square foot of homes is so high around here, and there's so much space on the lot that allows for expansions. Unfortunately, though, additions done later tend to look inconsistent and make a floor plan choppy. It would cost a lot of money to fix a floor plan that's not well thought out initially. And for that reason, I have a love-hate relationship with homes that have add-ons. But like Drew said, improvements on the floor plan would dramatically increase the value of this home and make it much more desirable. And I really hope that the next owner would be able to do that for this gorgeous home.
Drew, thank you so much for this tour. It was so much fun.
Elisa, it was a blast. Thank you for having me, and thank you for allowing me to show this beautiful Atherton estate to your viewers. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're going to link the website of the property below. If you are interested, check it out. Drew is a very experienced real estate agent in the peninsula. He has sold over $260 million worth of real estate. So if you guys have any needs about buying or selling homes, make sure you give Drew a call. I will link his contact information below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button below and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much. See you next time. So it's double wide, right?
It's double wide. I mean, it is really, really big. Oh, let's not do that.
Okay. He has sold over $260 million worth of real estate. So if you have any needs in the buying or selling of homes,